Thank you, Senator Hawley. Senator Ossoff, you're recognized for your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations to you all for your nominations. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Mr. Coker, Georgia is increasingly a hub for technological innovation in the cyber sector, and the Georgia Cyber Center in Augusta is a world-class facility that I'd like to invite you to visit. This institution strengthens not just Georgia, but the nation, and helps to train, develop, and implement technologies and techniques crucial to securing critical infrastructure and to securing the overall U.S. cyber environment. So my question for you is, will you commit to joining me in Augusta, Georgia at the Cyber Center, should you be confirmed to this post, to meet with key cybersecurity leaders in Georgia and discuss ways that the White House can support our efforts in Georgia?
If confirmed, sir, I'd love to visit Augusta, Georgia, and the Cyber Center with you. I actually have experience there in Augusta. I had the honor of visiting and working with NSA Georgia in Augusta a number of times. I actually know some of the, I have former colleagues who work at the Cyber Center, so it would be, again, my honor to visit Augusta on that topic.
Excellent. And the men and women at NSA Georgia and the U.S. Army Cyber Center for Excellence at Fort Gordon are doing an outstanding job protecting our nation. I'd like to discuss with you cyber threats to the legislative branch. And just as executive branch agencies are a target for foreign intelligence services, adversaries, and hackers, so too is this institution in the U.S. House and legislative branch components. And so what I'd like from you is a commitment that, consistent with the relevant boundaries of separation of powers, that you'll find a way to work with me to make sure that the Senate Sergeant at Arms is maximally empowered to defend U.S. Senate networks. Should you be confirmed, will you sit down with me and have a conversation about whether and how that might be possible?
If confirmed, I'd be delighted to, sir. Information sharing, especially as it applies to situational awareness for cyberspace, it's vital. So I would be delighted to meet with you and whomever you think is appropriate on that topic, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Coker. And as I believe you've testified, and as I have no doubt you agree, having a highly qualified cyber workforce is crucial to U.S. cybersecurity. Both public and private sector entities need highly qualified professionals who are trained in this complex and ever more important area. I wrote legislation called the Cybersecurity Opportunity Act, which passed as part of the CHIPS and Science Act, which established the Dr. David Satcher Cybersecurity Education Program, named after the former Surgeon General of the United States and a proud Georgian, which authorizes NIST to award grants to HBCUs and minority-serving institutions to establish and enhance their cybersecurity education programs. Will you commit, if confirmed, to working with my office to help ensure, consistent with the boundaries, the proper parameters of your obligations at the White House, to ensure that this legislation is effectively implemented?
Although I'm not familiar with the legislation, sir, from what you tell me, it is something that it fits very nicely and appropriately with the cyber workforce education strategy. In particular, trying to close that hundreds of thousands of gaps in cyber-related vacancies by going to underserved communities, places we haven't gone before. Not at all lowering standards, and I come from one of those underserved communities, rural Kansas, where I had not heard of the Naval Academy, but the Naval Academy had the good sense to recruit to places they hadn't recruited to often enough. In this case, it sounds like the act would take the same type of approach to filling these critical gaps.
Well, Mr. Coker, I have good news. It's not merely legislation, it's now law. And I look forward to working with you to implement it. And I would suggest that your schedule permitting, perhaps while you're in Georgia visiting Augusta, we could also pay a visit to the Atlanta University Center and discuss with the HBCU leadership there how they can ensure that their students are empowered to join the cyber workforce. I appreciate all of you for your service to the country and congratulate you on your nominations and look forward to working with you to ensure that our nation is protected and that our national interests are pursued and advanced. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Senator Ossoff. Senator Bloom.